My dear students, I welcome you to today's lecture and I hope that you are quite well. Today we are going to start chapter number 10, Fundamental Identities or Trigonometric Identities. Right, chapter number 10, first year FSC Mathematics Inter Part 1. If you did not subscribe my channel, please subscribe it and tell the others to subscribe it as well. And press the bell icon button so that you may get the notification of newly uploaded videos in time. So, and mind you that we are doing only the short questions which appeared in the last year's board exams. So today's question number 1 is, what is the fundamental law of, or write fundamental law of trigonometry, okay? Right. So fundamental law of trigonometry is, this is the only answer. Cosine alpha minus beta equals to cosine alpha, cosine beta, both cosines, okay? And if it here it is minus, it is plus here, and then both signs, sine alpha and sine beta. All the other derivations come through this formula, right? So question number 2 is prove that tangent alpha plus beta equals to. So tangent alpha plus beta equals to tangent alpha tangent beta divided by 1 plus tangent alpha plus beta. 1 plus tangent alpha tangent beta. We can do with any method, means starting from left or starting from the right. So we can do it. So take left hand side. I think that we can start with this, okay? So tangent alpha plus beta equals to, it is equals to sine alpha plus beta divided by cosine alpha plus beta. Writing their formulas, so it is equals to sine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha sine beta, right? Divided by cosine alpha plus beta is written over here, both same, cosine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha, sorry, both sine now, sine alpha sine beta, right? So we know that this is 1. It means that cosine alpha cosine beta is no there. So divide numerator and denominator by cosine alpha cosine beta. So we divide every term by it, okay? So it is sine alpha cosine beta divided by cosine alpha cosine beta plus we have cosine alpha sine beta divided by cosine alpha cosine beta. And same is the case with the denominator, cosine alpha cosine beta divided by cosine alpha cosine beta. And Uh, this is minus, okay, rather. I have written wrong. Sorry for that. So minus sine alpha, eh, minus, yes, no, sure. This is also minus. Just wait. I will write it, okay? Just wait. This is minus, okay? And this is minus as well. Okay, I hope this is minus, okay? So sine alpha, uh, sine beta divided by cosine alpha, cosine beta. Now just see, this cosine beta got cancelled, this cosine alpha got cancelled, this whole got cancelled, this nothing, okay? So this is sine alpha, cosine alpha, sine alpha divided by cosine alpha minus plus sine beta divided by cosine beta, and the denominator is 1 minus sine alpha over cosine alpha times sine beta over cosine beta. Now we know that sine alpha over cosine alpha is tangent alpha plus sine beta over cosine beta is tangent beta divided by 1 minus sine alpha over cosine alpha is tangent alpha. This one is tangent beta, which is equals to right hand side. So left hand side equals to right hand side, hence proved. Right, I hope you understand it well. And if there are some problems, you may ask me on the WhatsApp number I have given on every thumbnail of the video. Show that the next one is, show that number 2. Okay, show that, and I will teach you one more thing here, sine pi by 2 plus alpha equals to cosine alpha. Okay, right. Okay, just take left hand side here as well. Sine alpha pi by 2 plus alpha. Okay, using sine alpha plus beta. So we have, so using sine alpha plus beta, okay. Using this formula, okay. So we have sine pi by 2 cosine alpha plus cosine pi by 2 sine alpha. Okay, we know that cosine pi by 2 is 0. So, and sine pi by 2 is 1. 1 times cosine alpha plus 0 times sine alpha. So, which is equals to cosine alpha, which is equals to right hand side, okay? Right. So, therefore, left hand side equals to right hand side. Hence proved, okay? Right, this is the question number 2. Right, come question number 3. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you about this. This pi by 2 is a function. So it always converts or changes sine to cosine, cosine to sine, tangent to cotangent, and cotangent to tangent, secant to cosecant, and cosecant to secant. It means that it changes the sine to cosine and others, and we have to determine the sign, mean minus or plus, by just judging it which quadrant it lies. Right, so then when it comes to business, then I will tell you. The next is cosine pi by 2 minus beta. So cosine pi by 2 minus beta equals to minus beta. Simply, cosine function is, so pi by 2 function is cosine changes to sine and this beta. And in the first quadrant, it is first quadrant because 90 minus something is in the first quadrant. And in the first quadrant, cosine is positive, so it is positive sine beta, but we'll prove it manually as well. Taking left hand side, cosine pi by 2 minus beta. Right? Okay, so using here cosine alpha minus beta, the first formula which is written over here, okay? Right, so it is both cosine first, cosine alpha, cosine beta, and this is a minus, so it would be plus sine alpha and sine beta. Okay, so cosine pi by 2 is 0, so 0 into cosine beta plus sine pi by 2 is 1, so 1 into sine beta. So which is equals to sine beta, which is the right hand side. It means that left hand side equals to right hand side. So therefore it is proved. It is proved. Right? I hope you understand it well. So the next is show that sine alpha plus beta. Number 4. Sine alpha plus beta times sine alpha minus beta equals to sine square alpha minus sine square beta. This is quite easy, okay? Sine square beta. We have to just put the formula. Okay, taking left hand side. Left hand side is sine alpha plus beta times sine alpha minus beta. Okay, just putting the formulas we have for the sine, cosine and cosine sine. So it is sine alpha, cosine beta, okay, plus cosine alpha sine beta. Right? And this one is sine alpha sine beta minus cosine alpha, sorry, sine alpha cosine beta minus cosine alpha sine beta. Sine beta. Right? So it would be a plus b into a minus b. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So it would be sine square alpha cosine square beta minus sine square alpha and sine square beta. Cosine square alpha and sine square beta. Okay, you know that sine square alpha, no sine square beta, no cosine value is there. We just replace cosine by sine. So it would be sine square alpha 1 minus sine square beta. Okay, and with the minus sign, sine square beta as it is, and 1 minus sine square alpha. Okay, so it would be sine square alpha minus sine square alpha sine square beta. This minus sine square beta and this minus goes plus, and sine square beta, sine square alpha. Okay, so this got cancelled with this. We left with sine square alpha minus sine square beta. And we can easily see that this is right hand side. So left hand side equals to right hand side means it is proved. It is proved, right? So these are the short questions I am doing for you. And the short questions which appeared in the last board exam. Okay, find the value of cosine 315. Cosine 315. Right, so just we have to see that this is in quadrant 3. This is in quadrant 3, right? So it would be 270 plus, right? So it would be cosine 270 plus 45. 45. So 270 is a function of 90 degrees. We may write 270 is equal to 3 pi by 4. See, 3 pi by 2. Okay. So this is pi by 2's function. So cosine goes to sine. Cosine goes to sine. So cosine goes to sine. So it is sine 45. And in third quadrant, sine is negative in third quadrant. Okay. Third quadrant. So it would be minus here. But sine 45 is 1 over 2 root. Okay, it is 1 over 2 root with minus sign. So this is our required answer, right? And just take one more question to finish with because the space is there. This is question number 5. Come to question number 6. Sine pi by 2 minus beta, we have done it. Pi by 2 plus. Okay, so we have question number 6 is tangent minus 135. Tangent minus 135. Okay, we can easily see that this is our coordinate axis. So minus is this way, minus 135 is somewhere here. So this is minus 45. Okay, so this one is, this angle is 45 and this angle is 45 as well. So we can see that this angle lies in the quadrant 3. So we can write it, okay, so tangent equals to, right, which is equals to tangent minus 135 equals to, right, equals to minus 180, tangent minus 180. This is minus 180 and this is 45 plus 45, right? So this is pi by 2. Pi by 2's function is tangent goes to tangent. Okay, so pi by 2 function is tangent goes to tangent always, and tangent is positive in third quadrant. Okay, so now it would be tangent 45 degrees, and tangent 45 is 1. So 1 is the answer with plus sign. The plus means the third quadrant. Okay, So that's all for today. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you very much for uh, watching this video. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for everything. Uh, Please subscribe my channel and share it in on different media groups. Thank you very much. Allah आपका हामी और नासिर हो.